Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to be giving you guys an everyday makeup routine, kind of updated. So first off, I'm going to start off with my Pond's moisturizer, and I just use that as a primer. Yes, I put on this moisturizer very aggressively. Throughout this video, you're going to notice I have a very heavy hand, so yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm going in with my Yall foundation, and I just pump it on the back of my hand, and then I dot it on the perimeter of my face, kind of focusing where I feel like I want a little bit more coverage, and then I'm just gonna blend it out with my brush. This part kind of takes not a while, but I take my time with it because I want to make sure that it's just seamless. This is the base of everything, so I just gotta get it right. Now I'm going to go with my Neutrogena concealer. This is the first shade I'm going to be using, and I just literally put that on the sides of my nose as so, and then I don't drag it out too down or too out because I kind of want to focus it on the center of my face. And then I'm going to go in with a second shade later on in the video, as you're going to see. That is a bit brighter to just add some light. Yeah, so I just put it on the top of my nose, like on the top of my lip, the sides of my nose, and then on the tip of my nose. And with the second shade, as you can see, like I don't even drag it out as much as the first shade. I just want to focus it literally just to bring further light into those spots. Now I'm going with my Makeup Revolution foundation stick to contour, and I literally bring it a little bit above where my cheekbone naturally hits, and then around my forehead. This is just to give me like a chiseled look, to bring my face a little bit, close my face up a little bit, because these cornrows have brought out what my forehead really looked like, and yeah, we need to give myself a 3 head, not a 5 head. And then I'm just gonna put the concealer kind of, the contour kind of into my eyebrows, into that curve, just to further chisel my face. Now I'm just blending it out with the brush, and I push it in as well. I don't really drag it too much. I kind of push, and then I'm blending it outward on the forehead, and then blending it upward on the cheeks. Now I'm taking a little brush, and then I'm going to blend out the contour that kind of goes into my eyebrows, literally blending it into my eyebrows. That's why I hold off from filling in my eyebrows. Now I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and just blend the concealer. I don't drag, I literally just pat it in, and I blend on the lower part of my face first, and then I work my way up because I want the coverage to be a little bit more so on the upper side of my eye instead of the lower part. And yeah. And this part takes a while, just to ensure that everything's blended and it's seamless and it just looks right. And then I'm taking a little brush to just continue blending out the contour on my nose, just blending it downward into my brows, downward around my nose, making sure everything looks the way it should look. And then I just take the concealer, the lighter shade of it, one more time, just to bring a little bit more lightness into my face because it wasn't bright enough for me. And I just blend that out a little bit further, as so. When I feel like I'm satisfied with the blend, I just take my loose powder, and this is the Beauty Bakery one in cassava. Dab it on the beauty blender, dab it the remainder on the back of my hand, and then whatever's left on the beauty blender, I pat it onto my face and literally place it exactly where I want it to sit. So that's like literally exactly where I place the concealer, down the sides of my nose, precisely, and then blending it out downward and across my face. And it's important to dab off the excess, because if you have wet concealer under your eyes and then you take a good chunk of powder and put it under your eyes, it's just gonna stick, and then that's how you get patches and it don't blend away, and you are susceptible to have flashback, all that stuff that nobody wants. Yeah, so I just place it in those areas, literally centering it. I don't put that loose powder everywhere because it is lighter, and I don't want to look ghostly. So wherever the concealer hit a little bit, that's where it goes, and I literally wipe off the residue and push everything else in, making sure everything is blended. Now I'm going with my Huda Beauty brow pencil to fill in my brows, and I just kind of follow the shape of my brow. This brow pencil is cool because the tip is very fine, so you get those like very precise lines. It's very hard to make major mistakes with this, so I would recommend this, especially if like you're trying to figure out your brows and you need room for like wiggle room. This is a good product to start with, because pomades and brow pens and stuff can kind of be a little tricky in the beginning. Just fill in the front of my brows, because I like that like brow hairs in the front and then kind of the sparse areas in the tail, but that's it. I don't do anything else extra. After that, I'm going to take the same concealer I use under my eyes and just use that to clean up my brows underneath it. I don't clean the top of my brows because I don't like that halo look. So I just clean up the bottom, and I just literally glide it across my brow as so. And then when I'm done, I just drag it down and blend it out. And now I'm going in with this LYS powder as well, and just to further just sculpt the sides of my nose and set my face at the same time. Just the same thing I did with the the loose powder. I'm doing with this, and then I'm just gonna blend it away. And that's just to further set my face, further sculpt my nose, all of that. The key to this is literally to blend. Just make sure everything is blended to your desire. This is the Vanessa Times Juvia's palette, and I just take the brown shade in it, and I just literally blend that all over my eyelid. This is probably the easiest thing you can do for yourself if you're not too familiar with eyeshadow and you still kind of want to look like you did a little bit extra. Just take a brown that's a bit darker than you, or even your bronzer, and just blend it all over your eyes, and then kind of like into the front of your brows, just a tad, not too much, but yeah, just so your eyes don't look so dull and so like flat. I put my lashes on off camera. I'm just making sure that everything is blended well. Now I'm going in with my Jaclyn Hill blush and bronzer duo, and I take the bronzer with this big brush and I just literally pat it in as so, just to give me like a bronzed, I've been in the sun kind of look, and also to set the contour that I did with the stick foundation. Now I'm going in with a smaller brush and just to bronze my nose, copying the same step I used to blend out the contour, just to like put the bronzer on it as well. And then I'm going to go in with the blush with another brush and then just like tap that in, and I blend my blush onto my nose as well. I feel like it gives me like a girly, I don't know how to explain it. It makes me look like I'm literally blushing. Now I'm going with my Fenty foundation, the powder one, to just set all the places that I didn't set with any of my other powders, such as my bronzer or my loose powder, and then also blending it where everything else was under my eye to just give it a seamless look. And then to line my lips, I'm going with my KKW lip liner, and I'm just literally using it around the perimeter of my lips. I don't know how to explain how I line my lips. I might have to do a detailed video on that. But I love this lip liner. It's only $12 and it's good. Yeah, so I just line my lips as so. And then soon I'm gonna take the Mented lip gloss and just gloss up where I put that liner. This is like a brown gloss, and that's just to accentuate the liner and give it that like reflective look around the perimeter of my lips. I think everybody should try this. It's an extra step, but I feel like it's worth it. And I'm gonna just set my face now because I feel like I've had so much powder on and I just need some hydration, so that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to take my KKW lip gloss in 1.5 and just really put that in the center of my lips, just to give it that like ombre look. If you prefer, you can go in with the lipstick first to make it more opaque, but you can also skip that step and just use your gloss. As long as your gloss has some kind of pigment to it, I feel like you should be fine. Now I'm going with my KKW highlighter, and then I put that on the tip of my nose and then right on top of like the top part of the bridge of my nose with my finger, and then I just make sure it's blended. And then after that, I'm gonna apply a little bit on my face. I'm not really too big on highlighter on my face as much anymore, but yeah, that's what you're seeing. This is going to sum up the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Mwah.